What's up, my wizards? Dev from SBMTG here with Tony, back again for another set review. This is our first DTK set review. We're going to go ahead and do gold first because we think that that's super exciting. It's got all the kick-ass dragons and stuff. So how do you feel about that? You think that's a cool idea?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, let's start off that way.
Totally. Most times you start off with the white set review, but that's ridiculous. You care about gold, let's start with gold. Yeah.
Not only that, we've got planeswalkers, dragons, we've got these amazing command instants.
Right? Like
everyone wants to hear about this, so we're just going to start off
giving
you guys what you want.
Yeah. We all want gold. I want some gold. Let's go ahead and talk about Aire Sovereign. Yeah, not necessarily the biggest fan. When this card was first spoiled, we didn't have much context. It was a very early spoil. And I was like, this is pretty cool, you know, it never dies and stuff. Now that we've seen other stuff.
I mean, I still like it, but no, not really. Like,
sealed bomb.
I mean, potentially it's a thing in control because you only need the one win condition, and there it is.
Yeah, like a Bant thing,
yeah.
You know. People have been talking about Bant. I keep seeing it on everything, message boards and YouTube comments. So, yeah, maybe this slots into Bant, but I'm not really feeling this. This is one of those where it's like, this is way too much of a mana investment. Yeah. So, you know. That means we can probably move on. I think Tony gets a really exciting card.
I love this card right here. It's going to be a Tarkir command. This is one of the first command cards we're going to be covering.
Yeah.
We get 4 sweet effects. We get to choose 2 of them. It's only 2 mana. It's at instant speed. And, I mean, what more do you want?
Really? I think that definitely the play a land at instant speed is the coolest mode on the card, you know?
Yeah.
You don't really see that every day. So, you know, a Tarkir command, probably not the most premium command that there is, but both of these 2 mana instant speed commands are really interesting. None of them do anything incredibly bomby, but, you know, put together for just the 2 mana investment and instant speed, these are fantastic. So, yeah, I think that we can fairly easily say that command will see some play, one way or the other. I get to talk about this guy. He's kind of interesting. Boltwing Marauder. Yeah, he's got sort of the Ogre Battle Driver kind of ability, you know. And he's fairly aggressively costed for what he is, you know. 5 power, flies, does cool stuff. And, yeah, it's not just the creature that comes into play gets the bonus. It's any creature you want.
Yeah.
So, maybe.
That is pretty nice that you can target whatever creature you'd like to give +2/+0. There's a couple cards that could actually make this thing happen, like
the dash deck, you know?
Yeah, the dash deck, or a card that is actually in white that you'll probably see in one of the white set reviews.
Woo! You think like a Mardu thing?
Yeah, Mardu thing, like sort of a Mardu control kind of deck.
Oh.
And then near the end of it, you're going to do this and have a way that just puts a bunch of guys on the battlefield all of a sudden, and you just throw all these +2.
Neat. Oh, I think I know what card you're talking about. Yeah, we've all got plans for that card. Yeah, we'll get to it. Anyway, I don't know that this has the play to make it all the way. Obviously, like what is it? Butcher of the Horde, the 4 mana, 5/4 flat. He's better than this, I would say. So.
Yeah, Butcher of the Horde is still better. There's still plenty of other better things out there. This is just some.
This is fine.
Fun brewery.
Definitely a good card for the brewery.
Yeah.
Little barley, little hops, and Boltwing Marauder. Let's move on.
We got Cunning Breeze Dancer, and this one, I kind of like this guy because it's like pseudo prowess for him.
Double prowess.
Yeah, double prowess.
That's what I like to say. You know, this is a sealed card, and I think a sealed card alone. Double prowess is always fun to say, like when you play with double prowess, this guy. So, you know, aside from that, I don't think he'll see any standard play, honestly. That means that we can totally move on. Okay, love this guy. I do. He's probably like lowest on the tier of Dragonlords. This is Dragonlord at Tarkir, but that doesn't mean that I'm hating on. I love a Tarkir, and it's a really good reanimation target. I mentioned that in the spoiler video.
Yeah.
But this I feel like is a fantastic reanimation target in like a Jund deck, you know. And that's another deck people have been talking about is a Jund mid range with whip. And this slots in very well to that thing.
I would love to see that. I would love to see a Jund
maybe
sort
we'll do
of reanimator.
Yeah. We're doing Proxy Wars. We decided we are doing Proxy Wars.
Yes,
so
we are doing Proxy Wars. On top of that, I've also got a deck that I'm shooting tonight once we're done shooting here. It's going to be Mono Blue
Devotion.
And look forward to it.
Rockstar. I think we can probably move on to the next card. Tony,
coming up. Oh, yeah. I really like Dramoka, but I really want something besides green-white devotion to play her in, like Bant.
Bant.
I,
We'll just keep saying Bant.
yeah, I'm just gonna keep saying Bant.
Bant stop, won't stop.
5/7, flying, lifelink, can't be countered, and they can't cast spells during your turn.
These are all good things.
Yeah, this.
Definitely, if you can stick it against control, which it's obviously it's meant to stick against control. That's what it does. It's fine, but they can still murderous cut it on their turn if it comes to that.
Or they're just going to Wrath the Goblin on their turn on turn 5 for
Exactly.
so many ways and like wipe the board off.
They don't care about his abilities. They're gonna mass removal is kind of the thing for control right now. Whether you're playing Crux of Fate or in Hostilities or whatever. So Perilous Vault. Yeah. So they don't really care so much about Dramoka. There could be worse things.
Yeah, it's great. It just dies to removal.
I think we'll talk. It dies to removal. Well, look. I mean, there's a reason. I want to say this once and for all. There's a reason that dies to removal is an argument. All right. There's a reason that when you look at standard decks for the last however long we've been playing standard, 15 years, something like that, that we only play certain kinds of creatures that protect themselves well, have certain abilities, Aetherlings, Morphlings, things with hexproof, yada yada, Geist of Saint Trap.
Exactly.
There's a reason that we play those creatures. It's dies to removal is an excuse. It's not a rationalization. It's a valid excuse. Let's just say that much. Dice removal is a thing. But I think we can talk about some Dragonlords that I like a whole heck of a lot. You get the one that I really like, but this guy we all like too.
It's okay. I'll take this one and you can take the one you want.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, I got
this. That's super nice.
So, Dragonlord...
I told you good people play Magic.
Dragonlord, Kolagon?
Kolagon. You got it.
Alright.
So like Kolagon.
I'm actually glad I get to take this guy because I really do like this.
He good.
I like anything that gives everything haste. It's a big problem I have. I want to be able to attack with creatures as soon as I play them. And that icing on the cake with everything for the double casted creature or planeswalker spells, and losing 10 life. Not a threat in Commander, obviously.
Obviously. People always fuss about, like, you shouldn't even say Commander. Screw everybody hates Commander. Like, okay, we said Commander. But still, like, you don't have to worry about this bullcrap. I'm not even really sure what this is for.
There's so many better options. I have an idea on what this is for, but I don't have anything ready yet.
Right. That's 90% of these cards. Like, oh, this is for something. What? But people will figure it out.
Yeah.
We have the internet. Kolagon, like I said, like Ob Nixilis came out last season, the thing that when this player searches their library, they take 10 damage or lose 10 life. And everyone was like, this is the stupidest card ever. And it, like, I don't know, it did some stuff in Modern, but it doesn't really matter that much. And I feel the same way about this card, I feel like it's slightly cost prohibitive in some ways for the decks that it wants to be in. I
can see that. I'd probably rather have 5 over 6.
Seriously, the thing with these Mardu cards is that they all have to be better than Butcher Lord. And it's like, it's just not really better than...
Maybe if it was like 4 mana and, I don't know, like a 3/3 flying haste, give everything haste, and like that effect. Like,
and that's the drawback to a dragon set, is that like everything has to cost so much mana and do crazy crap and have ridiculous PT, and it's like, I feel that way about every single card in the set. If this was just like less mana for less power, it'd be way better, but it'd be broken in that case. Let's talk about the best Dragonlord, ? This is Dragonlord Ojutai. Yeah, definitely I think slots into blue-white control is a good win condition. Sure, as soon as you attack with it, they're like, kill it, kill it, kill it, but like, you'll have counter spells and such. Like, you'll be able to protect this yourself with onboard effects and your cards in your hand. This is fine. This is a great card.
Yeah, it doesn't have haste, so it can't swing right away.
That's fine.
Well, the point I'm getting to with that is that means it is going to be protected that turn.
Right,
so when you get to swing with it, all your mana is going to be open. You'll have you can 9 times out of 10, if you're in a blue-white control or any control situation that's going to have this, Esper, for example, or Bant, you're going to have enough counterspells in your hand, or at least in your deck. You'll probably have 1, maybe 2 in your hand, so you can defend it while it's tapped.
Right. That's what I'm saying. As soon as you attack with it, like, you have to have the dissolve up or whatever, to take care of it. Or Silumgar's Scorn. By the way, with this out, Silumgar's Scorn is just a counterspell.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a 2-mana instant counter spell, just hard counter 2 mana. Oh, isn't that something familiar?
Yeah, I
Counter
think that's the
spell.
card they can't print anymore because it's too good.
Yeah.
So that seems pretty good. So yeah, I think a Jutai is the best Dragonlord just because he is the best for his deck. Like we know what deck he goes in. He does help that deck, and I don't know if we can say that of any of the other Dragonlords.
He's definitely going to be the number one. Like, at least like on the basis of going into that deck and doing exactly what the deck wants and giving it what it needs and everything else.
There's an argument for Silumgar.
Here's my argument for him. It's 6 mana for a creature and a planeswalker, or a creature and another creature, and you're getting one that's going to be, what is he? Okay, 3/5. But flying and Death Touch. Death Touch makes it so much more relevant.
Death Touch is good. Yeah.
He blocks Siege Rhino and lives.
Yeah.
And kills Siege Rhino at the same time.
Oh, like Siege Rhino isn't done, but Siege Rhino has been curbed with the release of this set.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff in here that's like, no Siege Rhino, no Siege Rhino. So it's, Siege Rhino is still a fine card, but not anywhere near what it used to be with all the removal that we see.
Yeah.
And, it's all the big toughness stuff. So, Siege Rhino, you're still here. Still here, buddy, but you're just not the life of the party. You're not the most popular guy at school anymore, and that's fine. That's cool. You got to graduate someday.
Everybody's got to move on. Yeah. It's just your time to move on. Now, instead of being top dog on campus, you're
you're still in the top 3. People respect you. Speaking of moving on, I think we can talk about our next command. This is Dramoka's command, and it's, by the way, I was talking about your 2-mana instant speed commands. This does lots of cool stuff.
Oh, yeah.
In my spoiler video, I talked about the last 2 modes are the ones I'm going to use the most often. We don't see much instant speed fight. Pit fight was pretty good, but it didn't give you the +1/+1 counter. That is incredibly relevant in case you don't know. And obviously, this is really good protection against burn spells and stuff,
Burn spells. On top of that, being able to, make a player sacrifice an enchantment. That can help get rid of...
Enchantments are hella relevant right now.
Get this, that's going to get rid of your Courser of Crufix.
Yeah.
That's going to get rid of your Temur Ascendancy.
All the Ascendancies, the Jeskai Ascendancy.
All your Ascendancies, any of your Bestow guys.
Whip of Erebos. Also, this gets rid of gods.
Yeah.
If it's the only enchantment they have.
Yeah.
So, don't underestimate anything that says kill an enchantment or whatever in this set. Enchantments are still very, very relevant. There's a couple of things. Also, if if Myth Realized becomes a thing, we'll talk about that card later.
Yeah.
Then Enchantment Hate is very important. But I will say that is probably the card I misjudged the most in spoiler reviews. Myth Realized looks very, very good.
I had to come over and
we talked about it.
Rehash this with him.
Well, at first I was like, I think I may have misjudged Myth Realized, and Tony was like, yes. But Dramoka's command is fine. Will this see play? I think the last thing I want to say about this. Will this see play in green-white devotion?
Yes.
You think?
If nothing else in green-white devotion, it's put a +1/+1 on there.
Yeah.
And remove a creature. That's what you're doing with it. Like, it's 2-mana removal in green-white. That's actually really good.
Yeah. Instant speed 2-mana removal.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Instant speed 2-mana removal, great. Green
this is
white,
terror.
Crazy. On top of that, it's potentially double removal because you can fight a creature and make them sacrifice an enchantment.
Yeah, that's a potential 2-for-1.
The biggest thing I'm thinking of is like maybe Courser of Crufix.
Yeah, immediately you think Courser.
Yeah, and any other creatures they have, and you have them fight, and then they have to sack something, so they lose their Courser. And that's a huge turnaround in board condition all of a sudden. Like, aside from taking whatever...
At instant speed.
Yeah, at instant speed.
Let me throw that out there again. Just the speed on this card. This is an instant, everybody. So, yeah, command. I don't think it's the stupidest command or anything, but all the commands are fairly dumb. So, there's a reason these are rare. I think it's mostly so they don't wreck limited, Yeah. But,
because they would
silly.
Destroy limited with this.
But yeah, we can move on.
We got Enduring Scale Lord, and this is a fine limited guy.
This shows people how much they've grown as Magic players, I think. If you read this card and you're not in any way excited by it, then I think you have graduated to a different state of mind. Imagine playing Magic. Don't let that offend anybody, I apologize. It's just, I am in no way as impressed by this as I would have been a while back. Encounters are kind of a thing in this set, which is why this is good in sealed. It's very good in sealed. Do not get me wrong, but absolutely zero standard play.
Yeah.
Zilch.
And that's all we gotta say about that.
Nathan. This guy is Harbinger of the Hunt. I am more excited for this guy than I should be, I think.
I am probably right there with you, actually.
Speaking of cards that are ridiculous in sealed, by the way. In sealed, you play this guy every time.
Yeah.
But in like your green-red devotion, I've actually got him in like my sideboard of the teamer ramp thing that I was working on. He's super good. Of course, it takes like 9 mana to kill a Mantis Rider. It doesn't seem great or anything, but just being able to pump, 1 or 2 activations into his red ability is super relevant. Sometimes even the 1 damage to all of their guys on the ground.
Oh yeah, like this
very
is gonna
good.
kill tokens for days.
For days, it kills Elspeth tokens. It messes up mono red a lot. Red white tokens. It messes up Jeskai tokens for the same reason. So this has some applications in standard maybe as a side. It's in my sideboard. Yeah, I mean obviously, like we said in sealed, this is a mana sink and it's a flyer and it's a huge power guy. So you play this every day. Standard, we're not. We'll see.
So because of this command and some of the other things that I see floating around everywhere, I really want to try and build Grixis because I love Grixis.
Grixis all day. Yes, sir.
I really want Grixis to be a thing somewhere ever. I've been trying to look back through history for like a top 8 Grixis. I haven't seen one.
There were things. Toast back in Lorwyn days was mostly based around Grixis colors because you had to play Cryptic Command and you had to play
Cruel Ultimatum.
Cruel Ultimatum. Thank you. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. Cruel Ultimatum. So.
That's actually the reason why I love the idea of Grixis. I saw that card early on in my Magic career and was just like, oh.
It was like back when it was the thing too.
Yeah.
Standard Cruel Ultimatum was the stupidest thing ever for a long time.
I never saw it in Standard. I didn't get to play with it in Standard.
Thank God. You should actually be happy. It's really good.
Why? I would have been playing it.
No, screw Cruel Ultimatum. You know that feeling when they Sphinx's Revelation for 8?
Oh, God.
Cruel Ultimatum is worse.
Yeah.
It's worse than that. Yeah. It's all happening to you.
Fair enough.
It's like when someone that you graduated with is making millions of dollars, that's Sphinx's Revelation. But with Cruel Ultimatum, it's like it's all happened to you. It's like you got foreclosed on, you know what I mean? It's that kind of feeling.
But getting on, we've got
that was a long detour, sorry guys.
Yeah, Kalagan's Command. This kind of made me want to build sort of a Grixis thing. It'll get your win condition back if it doesn't stick against other control matchups at the same time. It'll just be able to get it back if it dies to some of the many forms of removal we have going around in all colors right now.
Yeah, really. DTK stepped up the removal game in Standard.
Yeah, seriously.
Thank God, too.
Thanks, yeah, it's kind of it's actually praiseworthy with all the efficiently costed removal. I would almost call the 5-color control possibility. It would be so slow because all your lands are going to be tap lands for scrying and like multi-mana fixing.
Yeah.
Except for like what? Mana Confluence?
The problem with 5-color control is that like the mana base will take forever to figure out. But I think this is good in Mardu.
Yes, it is it's gonna be good in Mardu or just Rakdos, yeah.
Yeah, just straight up red. People have been talking about a red-black thing, just red-black aggro or something. And like I think it's totally possible with some of the stuff we see in this set. Absolutely. Standard is both wide open and very tight. It's a really weird Standard right now. Like, discarding your card is a very relevant thing to do to somebody. I don't want to discard anything. Even my lands. I don't want to discard my lands right now. Yeah. I really don't. Especially if you need all the drops you can get. Everything in this set costs 12 mana. So it's,
But at the same time, I do want to point out one thing for Standard for this card specifically. Destroy target artifact and target player discards a card. Both of those can help in the Jeskai Ascendancy combo deck. Because they have to pick up and play that spell. Every time I've seen that combo go off, they start off where they don't actually have any cards in hand.
Right.
So as soon as
that 0 mana cost artifact's the only thing in their hand.
Yeah. So as soon as they pick it up to start
discard
that combo,
sir.
Discard, and boom, they lose that. They lose their 0 mana piece. they can't start the combo.
Yeah.
Done.
That's actually that's a really good call. So the meta's wide open now. DTK is crazy. You can really tell, this is the last thing I'll say before we move on to the next card. You can really tell that this is
Oh, you get the best card.
a standalone set. Remember that we're moving to 2 set blocks. And so Cons of Tarkir and Fate Reforged will rotate out. And Dragons of Tarkir and Magic Origins will stay in. Alright?
No, they're still putting... it still shows Dragons of Tarkir as part of Cons block.
It is part of Cons block, lore-wise. Lore-wise. But Fate Reforged and Cons will rotate out before Dragons of Tarkir does. Dragons of Tarkir and Magic Origins count as the first sets in the new block structure. So this set will be around longer than Cons. So think about it as this. This is a standalone set. That's why it's a larger set, 264 cards. They approach this with the same philosophy they would approach a large set, an October set.
Yeah.
And you can really tell that because it just shakes up the meta so much. But we can move on, and I do get the best card. Actually, I get the second or third best card. Yeah. This is Narset Transcendent. And yeah, pretty much everything she does is relevant. This is the blue-white control card. Like this in Dragon. This is the blue-white control set. Narset is super relevant. Let's just say that again. I don't know. The rebound thing is cool. You're going to be casting a lot of instants and sorceries. Absolutely. But I really like the draw an instant or sorcery for free. Or, is it just non-creature card, actually?
It's non-creature, non-land.
Yeah, so Planeswalker and Enchantment as well, and Artifact.
Yeah.
So all of those things, especially Planeswalker and Enchantment, are super relevant in the blue-white control deck.
Yeah, that's Banishing Light, Ugin.
It's all of your removal, all your Planeswalker,
that's
all of your counter
I
spells.
play in there.
Yeah, well, I mean, you play this in there too. I mean,
Well, no, we still
obviously,
get Elspeth. We still get Elspeth.
Yeah, you play Elspeth. I mean, you're going to have a win condition, because that's my issue with Narset. That's my one issue with Narset. Nothing about her wins you the game. She's not a win condition in and of herself.
Yeah.
You cannot win the game off the back of Narset, but she is pure advantage. You get to play your spells twice, and you get to draw free spells and stuff. Narset, very good. Very good.
However, I will say this. Jeskai control means she can be your win condition, because you're being able to rebound burn spells over and over again, like Stoke the Flames.
Rebound Stoke the Flames, son. Woo! By the way, one more thing. 6 loyalty for 4 mana.
Yeah.
That's
kind of a precedent.
Yeah, it's very good. It is. You don't see that often. So let's move it on. This stupid thing.
Yeah, this guy. We got the Necromancer Dragon. No.
Why do I have to pay 2 mana? Wizards, why do I have to pay 2 mana? First of all, you didn't give us Nicol Bolas.
Dragon.
You didn't give us Nicol Bolas in the set, and now you're making me pay mana for stuff? Come on. Why do I have to pay mana for this ability?
He's a damn dragon.
I mean, when he does combat damage, shit should go down.
And he's called the Necromancer Dragon. As soon as he deals combat damage, he's just supposed to be like... Blah, 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 blah. I was so disappointed.
Yep.
I was so disappointed when I saw this spoiled.
Joke.
However, I will say that if I pull it in sealed, I'm going to play it, and I'm probably going to look forward to it.
That's what this whole cycle is for. This whole cycle of dragons right here is for sealed.
And moving on, we got your Devil's Advocate card here.
Hojutai's Command, I think, is I was going to use the word incredibly. Let me just say that it's relevant. The get a guy back, converted mana cost 2 or less. In the control deck, you'll probably be running this in. That's not the most relevant ability, let's say that. Now, in your Jeskai, or, your Jeskai decks, that is relevant. I don't know if you want to pay 4 mana, but in your Jeskai decks, that is quite relevant. It's all the other modes on this card that I think are quite good. So,
I would mostly agree with you. There's counter-target creature spell, and don't get me wrong, counter-target creature spell's fine. It's good. It's easy play all the time. We have Essence Scatter.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have
don't have it. That's the problem.
No, instead we have Nullify, which is target creature or aura, and it's 2 blue, so nobody runs it.
Yeah.
But Essence Scatter's a thing. It's seen plenty of play. So being able to counter-target creature spell in a huge creature format, great.
Yeah, exactly. Everything is big creatures, so that's more relevant.
Like Sarkhan's, I mean, it just kind of says win more, I guess, but like...
That's my issue with him. The argument against the card is that it's not ramped because you have to have his casting cost, you know?
Yeah.
He produces his casting cost.
Yeah.
So you have to have that much mana to get him, you know? So it's not technically... I mean, it is ramped because you're producing 6 mana you would not have otherwise produced.
Yeah.
So,
which,
you know...
three of them are red and 3 are green, so you can cast anything in your red-green that you want.
Like, this guy is like a titan.
Yeah.
You know?
Especially since it's whenever he attacks. It's not just when he enters the battlefield one time. No, it's every time he attacks.
It's really good. And it doesn't empty. So, I mean, speaking of a Tarka... like, I mean, there's so many ridiculously costed dragons in the set and just other huge cards in the set that, like, being able to produce 6 freaking mana, he doesn't even have to deal with combat damage.
Yeah.
It's when he attacks.
Yeah.
That's relevant right there. So, yeah, Venma, I mean, I'm not going to say he's the best card ever, but he may see some play. You know, I want to experiment with Venma. He didn't make the cut in my teamer, though. So, I mean, how good is he? Yeah.
Moving on, we have something that deals with everything. This literally deals with everything. There's so much utility on this command. This is my top command from this.
This is probably my favorite command too.
And it's always a 2-for-1.
That is the thing about this command that makes it good. Nearly any 2 modes are a 2-for-1.
Yeah, like blue-black could totally stand up to Jeskai from time to time. Like, depending on your draws and the pilots, you could totally have it stand up. Now, you have a much better chance of having it stand up because counter-target non-creature spell, you're focusing on being able to counter all the burn that you're worried about taking.
Plenty of non-creature spells in the format, too.
Yeah, along with plenty of other relevant things like Planeswalkers. Along with neg 3, so you can blow up their Mana Strider. Boom.
Yeah. Mana Strider, their Seeker of the Way, their Soulfire Grandmaster, their Monastery Swift Spear.
Yeah,
I mean,
so many
you can just keep
things.
naming creatures, honestly. Neg 3 is a very, very good ability.
Then you also have Destroy Target Planeswalker. So you can counter one, destroy one. You can destroy a creature and a Planeswalker.
No, I want to counter a Planeswalker and destroy a Planeswalker so bad. So bad. That is... You feel so good when you do that. I don't think that's going to happen all the time, you know. But
it may not be the case all the time, but quite frankly, there's enough Planeswalkers. I would not be surprised to see a Super Friends deck anytime soon.
The thing is that teamer deck I built, it's got like 9 Planeswalkers in it. It's like Planeswalkers are everywhere now.
Yeah, damn near a plane. So. That's pretty much Super Friends.
But I mean, this goes in anything. This is straight into blue-black control.
I mean, all day.
You know, at least a 2 to 3 of in blue-black control, plus filling out the playset in the board probably. So
I will actually call probably a 2 of in blue-black control.
That's my impulse.
And a 3rd in the board. I don't see we'll see a full playset. It's 5 mana, so it's still just a little.
5 mana is a little over the top.
Yeah.
For 5 mana, this card seems slightly steep, but like we said, it's a built-in 2-for-1 in most cases, and that is gravy. That is what you want if you play Magic. So
yeah.
Silumgar's command.
It's just icing on your cake.
Best command. And final card. This is the last card in gold, you guys. This is Swift Warkite, one of the better of the uncommon 6-mana dragon cycle, I think. If you play your cards right here, literally, then you are likely to get up to 7 power out of this for 6 mana. Some of it's haste.
Potentially even more than that.
Warkite, I think, is just fine. Let me say that just to close it out. Warkite is definitely fine in sealed.
Out of the uncommon dragons that are gonna see sealed play, he's gonna be probably my first or second choice.
Yeah, he's my top 3.
Yeah,
pretty easily. And that one of the last things I think we'll say before we close up shop. It's going to be really hard to rate the best uncommons in this set.
Oh, God.
We always try to do the top 5 uncommons. We're fans of that. But what the heck are the top 5 uncommons in this set? Like, so many good uncommons,
Not just that, but like rares and even mythics. We got so many mythics in this that it's hard to rate some of them.
Right. I mean, some of them are obviously bulk, and then some of them are really good. So, I feel like this set is very split. People online especially are like, this is a dumb casual set, and then some people are like, no, this is a very good set.
Oh, yeah.
So, let us know what side of the fence you're on. Is Dragons of Tarkir good? And I actually want to put out a video on that sometime later this week. Just, is Dragons of Tarkir good? And we'll go through all the pros and the cons.
We'll do a top 10 list. We'll try and, make it, one of each color, like the best white, best blue,
Best blue,
red.
yeah.
And then because of the multicolor thing, we're going to end up having 5 there. But that's because it's going to be kind of representing all the other colors as well.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, we have to do, top 5, top 10 multicolored cards. 'Cause most of the multicolored, the meat of this set is in multicolor in a lot of ways. So it's a really exciting gold set.
Yeah.
But in any case, thanks guys for joining us. That was super nice of you.
It's been great hanging out with you guys.
It has, man. Thank you for all the comments. We've been around for about 3 months now.
Yeah, just since the Fate Reforged.
Yeah, well, we started around Fate Reforged with these videos, and we've gotten a lot of really good response, a lot of good comments, and a lot of subscribers in that time period. We really cannot tell you how much we appreciate that. And if you're watching and you haven't subscribed yet, then now would be a good time. It takes 2 seconds to be like, blip, subscribe to these guys because they're nice. And yeah, that way the next time we do a spoiler video, it'll appear magically in your email inbox and you'll know.
Not only that, but we've also got our own sort of solo projects going through this channel. Devin usually covers mostly your...
sort of the news and stuff.
Yeah, the news. I'm a brewer and a builder.
And he works at our brewery. Strictly Better Brewery.
Yes. So I'm constantly trying to been proxying and working on brews and everything. If there's anything in particular you guys would like to see, let me know. Give me an archetype and some colors, and I'll do what I can.
I mean, I'm sort of the Spike, like, all of these cards are bad, But that opens up Tony to be the, no, I'm going to play with these cards and see what happens.
Yeah, I'm the guy that everybody thinks is crazy because I'll take
the mad scientist of the group.
Yeah, I'll take any card you can possibly throw at me and say, make this work. And
he's made it happen before.
I'll make it work.
If you have any deck ideas or anything, let us know, and we may come up with a tech for it or something, you know. So, yeah, we're Strictly Better MTG. I always want to say Strictly Better SBMTG. We're Strictly Better MTG. I'm Devin. That's Tony. Make sure you subscribe, comment to these videos. Sharing does us a lot of good. And we'll see you guys next time with some more Dragons of Tarkir set reviews.
Indeed. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Delicious.